Hey, thanks for joining us. And this is Shana Thomas. You may recognize her because she is one of our stage hosts. I don't know that they would recognize you as an online host because they don't get to see our online host. But she does that as well. And you you oversee our volunteer appreciation, the Vision Night that we do in January.
Yes, I do.
And you do a great job with that. Also. But the reason I've asked her here today is not because of that, but it's because of a group that you lead here at MCC. It's not one of our groups, but it's called Understanding Your Grief. And I appreciate you leading that. So I've asked Shana to tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so Understanding Your Grief is an open grief group. So no matter the type of loss that you have suffered in your life, whether it was 6 days ago to 6 years ago, it is an open grief group that we come in for about an hour and a half here at the church and talk about our loved one, share different coping mechanisms that we go through, and what might work for you may not work for somebody else, or it could go hand in hand. So it's just really sharing about our loved one and how to cope with it.
And you actually lead the group, right? You're actually here and you're leading the group.
Yes.
And it's once a month.
Yes, it's the second Monday of each month. Up in 220.
Okay.
And I personally lead the group because I've had my own experience with death. My first husband died 6 years ago. Yeah. I just had a cousin die by suicide about a month ago.
Yeah.
I had a niece that died when she was 2 years old. So
oh my goodness.
I've had a lot of grief experience, but the one that hit me the most was, of course, my first husband dying 6 years ago. And about a year and a half ago, I felt God calling me to work with widows, and I now work for a nonprofit called Companions on a Journey that offers 12 different adult grief support groups, and one of them is this Understanding Your Grief.
And
I lead here.
What I appreciate about that is you are living out what Paul said to the church in Corinth, that the compassion that God extends to you, actually you use after you receive that. You use that to extend to others who are experiencing what you've already experienced. And I really appreciate you doing that.
Absolutely. I just couldn't sit and watch others go through the grief process. I know so many people here at church who are grieving different types of losses. And if I can help them by sharing my own experience, then that's what I'm happy to do it. And I'm thankful that I have the support of the church and family to be able to do this.
Yeah, we are super happy to provide a place for folks to come together and to work through this, because it's a journey, it's a process.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, that's where Companions on a Journey came from. It's like you mentioned, grief is never ending, and there's different triggers in our life that hit us in different ways, happy triggers and sad triggers. Mm-hmm. So we want to be there for you on your grief journey.
Yeah, a friend of mine told me that one of the triggers was he was walking through a store. He had lost his dad. He was walking through a store, and he didn't know why, but he just sensed it was coming over him. He could feel it coming behind his eyes, and so he turned to leave, and he went by the cologne counter and realized they had his dad's cologne out, and he didn't know that, but he smelled that as he went through the store, and it just tore him up. Mm-hmm. So
it does. It hits us. Songs on the radio, moments, cologne smells, names. It hits us in different ways. And again, we just want to be there for the people and that are grieving. Like I said, whether it's 6 weeks or 6 years or what have you, we want to be with you in that season and on that journey.
Yeah, if you've never worked through it especially, this would be great. So now our group here is a general group.
Yes.
Just for all. So, but you have other types of groups.
We do. So the grief group that meets here on Monday evenings is...
Wait, which Monday is that?
The second Monday of each month.
Okay.
It is an open grief group, so no matter the type of loss. However, our organization does offer other grief groups based off the type of loss. So we have a bereaved parent group for 18 and younger, and then we have a bereaved parent group for 18 and older. Okay. We have a widowed group. We have a hope and healing after suicide, which is specific to suicide. We actually have an infant group with losing a child or a baby at a younger age. We have a group specific for that as well. So we offer 12 different types of groups. Men in Grief is a group that
Okay.
we offer as well, because men don't grieve the same as women do. So we offer a men-specific group as well.
Okay, great. Well, I appreciate that. And listen, so this is a conversation that doesn't end with this. If you would like more information, there's going to be a link in the email that's with this video. So if you'd like more information, or if you want to be part of this group, have questions for Shayna, they can get a hold of you through that link, right?
Absolutely.
We'll put an email in there. We'll have a link for the group. And just thanks so much because this is it's such a journey, and it's not good to walk it alone. It's good to have someone who has traveled this journey ahead of us to just sort of help us understand, what you're feeling. My guess is more normal than you may realize. And so thanks for being part of that here at MCC.
Thanks for giving us the opportunity to host it here. I'm excited to host it and meet people where they are.
Yeah, great. So check those links in the email.